He joins early. We're hopping around, but let's get this kickoff underway. A little delay due to some server issues, but hey, better late than never. And CAD6 wastes no time, not even a single second, in making sure that Revizion Esports gets a goal on the board here. Noe with the kickoff forward, CAD6 with the goal.
Wow. Boy, you think that they were ready to start this match, Tino?
I would say so. I mean, they wasted no time in putting one in right off the bat. Yeah, I think they're excited. Now Nosi's going for the flip reset. Nearly puts another one on here. Revizion's coming out here trying to style a little bit, Davey.
Right. Bring in the noise right away. The pressure on the offensive side of the ball from this Revizion team has been insane, but look at the counter attack.
Unbelievable luck. Maybe this play will wake him up inside there as he gets one way over the top and in. Davey, you were just complimenting the pressure of Revizion Esports. Kind of bit them there a little bit as they were a little over-eager to score. Got caught on the ball over the top.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, all the dazzling shots like that, almost finding the back of the net again. All the dazzling fireworks are great, but you got to defend that net in the end.
You definitely have to, and that was a bit of a scary moment there for Transcendent, but some smooth flying starts the counterattack. As the blue team now caught on the back burner, and they are Cito over the top.
Now you love to see it. Just both of these teams absolutely going for broke, trying to set the pace in this series right from the beginning. It is leading to some kind of strange defensive moments, but man, you can tell they are itching to score some goals.
They definitely are. I mean, Moose, and it's almost on point. Cito with a big save, double commit from the blue team. Noe trying to take this one the other way, but it is stalled out by Transcendent there. But yeah, to finish that thought, Davey, both of these teams, obviously we don't know a whole lot about them. It's the very first week of the regular season. Neither of them has either input results for Tuesday, so we don't know how they fared in their first match. But I think we can gather just by looking at a little bit of the evidence in front of us that these are two very offensive-minded teams.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been no shortage of shots so far in this one, and 3 goals on the board with a minute and a half gone. Safe to say there's some fireworks in this one going long distance, and that's going to find the back of the net. Sato picking one up here. Again, now it seems to be the recurring theme with this game one. These long cross-the-field, coast-to-coast plays, they've been working.
It's pretty insane that out of the 4 goals, 3 of them were over-the-shoulder type opportunities where the goalie was just trying to save it. And speaking of just trying to save it, this one not able to get pinched off the post and out. A kickoff goal here for Moose Send It. That one immediately knocked on in there. And Ston Nevins, real quick, we're casting the Winter Invitational, talking about franchises playing in this. The franchise owner of the Clappers with the 7-month prime sub, the grand champ of our hearts. The Clappers picked up a big win on Tuesday in some very intense matches. So thank you so much for the support, man. Really means a lot. And I know you guys are out here scouting out some of the competition on this Thursday night.
Yeah, the Clappers are one of those franchises that have been around ever since IGL has had franchises, so it's definitely good to see some OGs still in the business running the table.
It definitely is. We've got a lot of people who've been around from the very early days. I think Revizion and Transcendent Esports here, not like OGs, but definitely have been around for probably at least, I'm going to say 6 to 12 months here each. So these guys are definitely, I would definitely consider them IGL veterans as well. But Davey, it's kind of hard to be one of the OGs of IGL. You yourself being one, there was only like 40, 50, 60 of us in the very beginning, and now there's thousands. So don't feel bad if you're not an OG. It just means you didn't live in Indiana, pretty much.
Basically, it is amazing to think about. A shot here, just barely batted away by CAD6. But it's crazy to think about the journey that IGL has taken from basically, like you said, just a group of like 60 people, pretty much all from Indiana, turning into this worldwide organization of players getting together to have fun playing the games they're passionate about. And speaking of passion, this team, this Transcendent team, doing everything they can to keep up and bring the offense. Beautiful goals all across this game, 3-3. It's been a barn burner, Tino.
It really has, and those were some big-time demo plays by Luck. Instead of trying to maneuver around, find that awkward angle for the goal, just demoed the first defender and kept on going to put the pressure on the back post defender, able to jar them up a little bit from getting in there to make the save. And we are all tied up heading into the final stretch of this game. Noe and Zara colliding in midair sends a 50 towards the blue box. But again, these teams just so highly skilled. What a beautiful hit there from Cito. I didn't think he was going to get that. I don't think Noe did either, since he wasn't up in the air ready for that one. But you just see the small plays like that of just the incredible skill of these players. It's a real joy to watch this level of Rocket League play.
Yeah, it really is. I was so excited to get to cast my first Winter Invitational matches tonight. And I tell you what, Game 1 is living up to the hype, and look at that angle! Sato does it again!
Unbelievable, and I see Frisky Wombats in the chat talking about how long he's been around. You know he's happy watching his boys put in a go-ahead goal here with 43 minutes on the 43 minutes. Dang, we're trying to compete with Sunless Khan's longest game here, even though he got beat as well, I think, by another group. But 43 seconds, back to the action. We're really going to focus here on these final ones because this is coming down to it. I mean, this is Game 1 here. Both teams showing a propensity for scoring. Orange has the pressure right now. Transcendent trying to knock this one back and away. Moose gains control, but a beautiful tackle by Cito. Cad6 is up, but the touch away from Luck. Back to the box. 10 seconds left. Probably one last chance here for Transcendent Esports. They get a good ball forward here from Luck. Cito going to have to feel this one off into the corner. Taking it back across the middle. Bit of a dangerous one. Has control, though. Doesn't bring it to the ground. Now 2 players over there, but nobody from blue able to get the touch on it. And that one is going to get buried in the blue box. Revision with game number 1.
What a journey that Game 1 was, Tino. We saw so much offense. Just absolute explosions. I mean, look at the shot totals, Tino. You had 10 shots from Revision, 9 shots from Transcendent, all kinds of saves. They were trying to put so many shots on net. But in the end, though, it was back and forth throughout the entire 5 minutes. Really, at certain points, was a toss-up. But the team that started off the tone at the beginning is the team that came out on top.
It definitely is. I'm going to kick us back to the booth here real quick. Probably do that in between games, but I didn't want to surprise you while you were analyzing the game for us because you're right. I mean, Revision, they started off strong. They came out there. They sort of set the stage. And to Transcendent's credit, they came right back and they started firing. It's not like they rolled over and they were like, oh, we can't do this. It was 3-3 with 43 seconds left. But I think that strong start for Revision really helped them power through to finish that one off. Seemed to help them a little bit there in the end, as we do have our players getting ready for this second game. I want to give the quick shout out to Drunk Cookies for 22 months, the grand champ of our heart. Appreciate you and everything you do for the IGL community. Thank you so much for the support. And Dino, hit us with the follow. Congrats on getting your shades. Let's enjoy game number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a clean slate to work with.
Man, tell you what, yeah, clean slate for Transcendent. They definitely had some incredible moments in Game 1, but they did not quite pull it off. So let's see what adjustments they can make to this offense. And I think they have to start by isolating Cito. I mean, 3 goals, 2 saves. The man was on fire in game number 1. We'll see if he can repeat that effort, or if this defense can kind of reel him in a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out to be the goal scorer in this one. And looks like Moose says, it's me. Put me in, coach. I'm scoring goals all over the place. Luck off the backboard, and Moose with the finisher. Davey, we're talking about an impact player for Revizion Esports and Cedo. I feel like we've been saying Luck's name a lot here tonight. In tandem with Moose, they're working really well as a duo on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Tina. You called that perfectly. That duo could unlock the secret. Is this going to go in? No. Almost a very dangerous moment there for Revizion. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That pairing could be crucial.
It absolutely could, and it's going to be really interesting to see how Revizion responds here to the deficit, because we just talked about at the end of Game 1, they came out, they started very strong in Game number 1. We felt like that helped them really carry the momentum through to the end to eke out a victory 4-3 in the closing seconds, and now this time the script is flipped a little bit, just with not as many goals as we saw flying out there in the very beginning of Game number 1. It's a steady 1-0 here at the 3:30 mark for Transcendent. But Revizion's definitely getting a little bit of good pressure here. Moose, though, with a great clear downfield, frees up a little bit of space here. But Cat6 right on the back burner there, trying to take this one the other way. What a beautiful bicycle kick, but Moose, the goal line save.
Wow, yeah, that save coming in just in the nick of time. Almost snuck it in there. Speaking of almost sneaking it in there, how close can you get, Tina, without actually scoring?
I got to give Noe a lot of credit for being about as close as you can get, scoring on both the orange and the blue goals in this one. We almost saw the own goal earlier. That time we almost saw the offensive goal, but just can't seem to break through. But look at that, Noe with 4 shots, really trying to make an impact here on the offensive end. And does! Finally! What a beautiful double tap off the wall. Didn't mean to jump in there, Davey, but I could not believe what I was seeing.
Beautiful acrobatic play. Yeah, Tina, I think both of our jaws were on the floor after watching that one.
Absolutely were. I mean, that's the reverse caster's curse right there. We were just talking about what a good job Noe has been doing, generating shots, putting pressure on the blue team, and right on cue, finally sends one to the back of the net. Great pass from Cedo. Great shot from Noe. Better save from Luck.
Man, the defense has been on point. I'd say so far that's been one of the differences in Game 2. I do think... Oh, no, Caster Curse coming into play. Noe, though, looks like he picked up another one. Hey, Tina, you called it out perfectly. He is heating up.
He is heating up. One more, and he is going to be on fire. Noe coming in 2 for, I think, 6 or 7 from the floor here. Just an insurmountable amount of pressure. I think the players heard us saying that they're offensive teams, though, as Cat6 goes for the insane play. Noe again with another shot just off the crossbar, but Davey, I think the players heard us talking about them being offensive players in Game 1 because they're really locking it down here in Game 2, trying to show us what they have on the defensive end.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, that was the point I was getting ready to make when the second goal got scored, that Transcendent's defense has looked so much better at handling this Revizion offense, but you can't say no to Noe for long.
You absolutely cannot. I want to see how this final minute and a half plays out here, though. It's going to be... We've seen a lot of the pressure coming from Noe. Cedo was obviously the goal scorer. Oh, yes.
The double demo.
Yeah.
That could have opened up a big swath, but apparently able to hold that off, let their teammates respawn. Man, that was looking like a big play was coming, though.
It really did, and oh no, the touch from Cedo sends that one in. This a very unfortunate play here as the 50 from Noe and Moose, just that little, that front wheel just caressing that one on in for the own goal.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
You do, as a player, I guess. But you know what? Hey, as casters and fans, we got a tied ball game heading into the final 60 seconds.
Sounds familiar to you now.
It really does. And if history is any indication, we should be seeing a goal here in about 3 seconds. So, you know, I tried. Can't always conjure up the caster curse. This one definitely under pressure here. That's a big demo. This one on target and in. Davey, predicting the future, pointing out those demos a little bit ago. Didn't lead to anything then. Just clears enough space for this one to get in.
That demo was so perfectly timed. Noe doing everything he could to try and get back, just out of the grasp. If he'd changed his tires to winter tires before this match, he probably would have saved it.
Yeah, I mean, he really needed everything to get there. Just not able to do it, though. Luck trying for the pass across. Teammate isn't there, so this is a turnover. Noe gets one up in the box. A little bit of a double commit. Some panic from Transcendent here on the defensive end, and another double commit going forward. They do get it over the top. Double touch denied. Great save by Cito. Last chance here for Revizion Esports. Ball on the orange side of the field, going towards the wall, not able to get up, and Transcendent will take game number 2, as we'll be bringing it back to the booth here after checking out the stats. Look at that, Davey. A ton of shots there for Revizion, but Transcendent Esports locking it down.
Yeah, exactly like you pointed out earlier in the match, T-Now. That duo of Moo and Luck really coming in clutch there. 100% goal participation between the two of them. Really doing it all, letting their teammate Zera just clean things up in the background. They seem to have found their chemistry, so let's see if they can keep that going into Game 3. Meanwhile, on the other side with Revizion, it was really Noe who stepped up with the scoring. 2 goals and a save for him on 9 shots. It seemed like every offensive opportunity for Revizion, Noe was involved with it. And Cito really jumping into the background there, taking those 3 saves. So I wonder if maybe they might try to switch back to more of the rotation they had in game number 1, because with Cito leading the charge up front, they seem to do a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did with Cito being the focal point of the offense, at least from a goal-scoring perspective. But 9 shots, I mean, they had 10 in game 1, I think, combined. So the 11 was just a little short. But yeah, they weren't quite able to match the scoring total of Transcendent there. And we're all tied up heading into game number 3. Talking about Transcendent here as we head into this one. Oh, good bump, but holding the ground there is Moose to make sure that one goes out, and may have just 50'd it in there. What a beautiful play. These guys don't want to hear talking points. They want to score goals. Moose putting one on the target.
Oh, man, I signed up to lead, not to read. No talking points here, just goals.
No, only goals, and once again we see Moose and Luck credited with the assist there. This one's on target, but Cito gets a good save. Zarkilia, good bop down to the mid, but it's deflected away. Let's talk about Zara for a second, which was what I was going to mention before I was so rudely interrupted by a beautiful goal there. Speaking of beautiful goals, Cad6 off the top, but Zara's there, doing exactly what Zara has been doing this entire match, playing a beautiful 3 spot, anchoring this lineup, and allowing Transcendent to really excel with this offensive duo of Luck and Moose. And this is the hallmark of a good team, is having a player like that who maybe not showing up as flashy on the scoreboard, but they're enabling everything that's happening.
You are absolutely right, T-Now. Any good team needs to have that glue player. The one that you stick in the middle and it keeps everything together. Think of Rizzo from G2. He's that kind of glue player. Never really stood out much on the scoreboard, but it seems like whenever there's a big play, he's involved.
Yeah, definitely does. And glue players, I mean, they bring you the championships here, quite frankly. Like, you have that good third player, everything else kind of falls into place. It's interesting in Game 3 here that we're seeing a mirror of Game 2. The first goal, once again, struck by Transcendent. No other goals to speak of here, and it seems like maybe Game 1, a little bit more nerves than anything else. We're kind of settling in here to a pace of play that both teams kind of seem to be comfortable with.
Yeah, these two teams definitely feeling each other out. And we've started to see, really, I'd say even more so from Transcendent, a little bit calmer of a defense, like you were saying. They're a little more deliberate in their not only their offensive plays they're making, but also much more disciplined on their defensive rotations, and it's paying dividends. But still, though, now, as we approach halftime in Game 3, there is so little separating these two teams. But a little bit of separation opened up there by Luck. And this time, Zara actually getting in on the assist. 2 goals to nothing. That's I think the biggest lead we've seen so far, Tino.
I think it is. Maybe we saw a 2-goal lead for Revizion in Game 1, but 2 goals, that's it. That's been the biggest lead we've seen in this series for either team. And what a beautiful play from Zara and Luck to put in the second one. You could kind of see it if you were looking closely there as the play was developing. I forget which defender it was there for Revizion, but they went up to challenge that ball and didn't really have enough boost to get there. And it was just barely did not have enough boost to get there. And the blue team just punished them for it. And at this level of play, getting to see a play like that unfold and the difference, maybe even 3 boost could have made there. It's pretty unreal to watch watch a beautiful play like that unfold.
Hey, you know what they say to you now? You gotta pick up enough pennies if you want to make some change.
The importance of the pennies, so vital here. A lot of us don't realize it. I mean, you see the big shiny boost, that's the one you want to grab, but just watch the rotations of these guys. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to commentate their rotations about picking up pennies and such, but just check them out. If you're trying to improve, these are some guys to watch to really up your game to the next level here. We see Noe, maybe a little bit of a breakaway. What a save off the post, though, by Moose. The follow-up off the other post. Pop-up crossbar coming in is Noe, and that'll be the first goal for Revizion Esports. Relentless pressure from the orange team, and they are rewarded.
The offensive creator from Game 2 now, bringing his team back within 1 in this one. About a minute left, he says, well, hey, somebody's got to do it. I'm going to put a goal in. Let's see if they can bridge that gap and get that second goal in the final minute, Tino.
I'll be excited to see if they are able to do it here. 60 seconds is called on the field. Noe with another heater towards the box. Luck makes a nice save, though. This one followed up, going back across the orange half of the field. You can definitely tell that the pace, that the sense of urgency has picked up quite a bit here for Revizion. They were kind of trying to, good save there by Moose. They were trying to make some plays and just kind of keep prodding through the defense, being pretty patient with it. But now they're really getting a little bit more aggressive with it. They're rewarded with 1 goal. Can we see another tie game here closing to the final seconds?
Yeah, too close to calling these final 30 seconds. With these two teams, all they need is really about 2 seconds to score. But can they do it? That one is going to thread the needle. Cat6 ties it up. Now, I think there was about a centimeter on either side of this ball between these two defenders. How close can you get?
That was beautiful. Cat6, I believe, scoring their first goal of the series, if I'm not mistaken, in a big-time clutch. We'll talk about that in a minute here. 7 seconds left. Are we going to see overtime? Great ball over the top of Moose is there on the back line. Zara can't keep this one up. Moose, little pop off the wall, and it will drop. But Cat6, man, what a beautiful goal. I hope somebody goes back and clips that in consideration for plays of the week. He got past all 3 defenders. The placement, picture perfect. What a fantastic play. All of the hard work of both of these teams, Davey, it's unreal to see. And as viewers, we're finally getting rewarded with an overtime between these teams who've always been so close in the final stretches of these games.
Right, I tell you what, Tina, I didn't think it could get much closer between... Oh my god, that shot almost went in. That would have been insane. But yeah, these two teams separated by so little. The only way it could get closer is to finally get that OT, but that shot can end it. Cito, can he do it off the top bar? Can they finish it off? The defense not letting them in, keeping that door shut.
I was ready to see that play, Davey. What a beautiful string of passes from Revizion Esports, just not quite able to close that one out. But they've got the pressure here, and you can see they are feeling themselves, and oh, baby, Talk about a highlight reel play. Cito off the top, and Cad6, he just posted up down there, Davey, and he dunks that home. What a conclusion to Game 3.
My goodness, team. Now, what a way to end it, like you said. Cad6 with the hero goal in regulation. He said he thought that was good. Wait till you see this. It seems like for Revizion, someone different every game that they've won has stepped up to be that leading scorer. The diversity and the versatility from this team is really impressive.
It really is. And not only is the versatility impressive, the shots, 15 from Revizion. They're relentless. I mean, Davey, we saw them down 2-0 for a good chunk of that game. We were kind of commenting on how it was the largest deficit was 2 goals for either team. And Revizion didn't even blink. They just came storming back. They just kept putting shot after shot on the board, and they're walking away with a 1-game lead and match point in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, Tino. I mean, with the way these teams are playing, they're never out of it. They can score goals in a hurry, and Revizion just never let it get to them. Even in that final minute, they stepped up and were just able to take care of business, and they earned themselves a win. And like you said, they won that pivotal Game 3, which in a tied series is so important. Now, we'll see, though, can they finish it off, or will Transcendent force us to Game 5? You know you love the Game 5s, team now. What do you think is going to happen?
I do love the Game 5s, and I really think we will see one. And I'm not just saying that for the Game 5 hype. Revizion in the last Transcendent in the last 3 games has started off leading in the beginning. Great save there by Cad6. But Revizion has set the pace in the past 3 games, starting off with a strong lead, holding on, and it's been Revizion who's come storming back. I think that if you're Transcendent, you got in the huddle after that game, you said, let's just calm it down the stretch, and we got this. We can take this win. They've been starting so strong. All they got to do is finish this one, and we're going to Game 5.
You know, I think that prediction could very well come true, Tino. One thing I've been noticing, I've seen this play try to get set up a couple times. I don't think it's led to a goal just yet, but we could easily see it down the road. Transcendent loves to run the play where they pass the ball back and forth in front of the other team's net a couple times, and then Zara sneaks off to the corner and tries to make a redirect play from behind enemy lines. So look for that to potentially become a factor in either this game or in a Game 5. It hasn't gone in yet, but they have gotten close.
They don't call him Davy Strange for nothing. He does predict the future, so keep an eye on that particular play in case we see that popping out here soon. This one, a very different start to all the other games we've had. 0-0. Neither team able to get one on the board just yet. Revizion definitely picked it up in the second half of game number 3 here. We'll see if they're able to do the same, or if Transcendent going to control the pace and sneak one away here to be the first to score. Little pressure in the orange box. Not a whole lot doing. That is a bit of a good boost still there by Zara, but with Cad6 able to get this one up the field, won't really do any harm. Cito's
now.
Go ahead, Davey.
Yeah, it is interesting to see like you said, the pace of play kind of change up between these two teams right now. They've had a few games now to feel each other out, and the stakes have raised very much so because we are on that match point, like you said. So a lot more caution coming out. Neither team wants to be the one to give up that first goal or make that first big mistake. It's what happens when you're in these high-pressure moments, but which of these two teams are going to come through in the clutch?
Remains to be seen. Tension at an all-time high in this series with match point in Revizion Esports' favor. Cito gets a good ball downfield, but Zara there to clear that one away. Working the back line. This one a misclear off the backboard. Luck in a bit of an awkward spot. Can't get there, and neither can Zara. Cito strikes first for Revizion Esports.
He, tell you what he says here. You know, Transcendent sure has given us a run for our money, but who's going to win? We're going to see, though.
We'll see, though. Final 2 minutes coming up. Can Transcendent bounce back? And can Davey come up with some more puns? I know the answer to one of those questions. I don't know the answer to the other one, but we'll be finding out here in the final minute and 50 seconds as to who will be coming out on top of this game number 4. We were talking, Davey, quite a bit about Transcendent's style play, how Luck and Moose are kind of that dynamic duo up front, with Zara being a very strong anchor in the back. But how about the versatility, as we see Cito nearly get a beautiful redirect, but how about the versatility of this Revizion Esports team? You've got three alphas out there, for lack of a better word. I mean, every player has the ability to step up. Every player has the ability to be that star player, and they're just flowing seamlessly, working together here in this match.
Yeah, very good breakdown and analysis there, Tina. I mean, it's interesting to see the different in style between these two teams, and it's really, honestly, it's working for both of them. They're both performing fantastic out there. A little separating the two of them, but the emphasis on that 2 up front play from Transcendence versus the just any given moment attitude from Revizion. It's been really good to see these two styles kind of clash up against each other.
Yeah, it really has been, and so far it looks like Revizion's style is reigning supreme as Cat6 puts the exclamation mark on that from way downtown. Great 50 by Noe, and Cat6 through the defense, almost a save by Zara. That could be the dagger if Transcendent Esports doesn't put one up on the board quickly.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what, just last game, Revizion down 2-0 with not a lot of time left on the clock, and it ended up just fine for them, but a little bit more pressure added on top now thanks to this beautiful interception from Noe. Man, 25 seconds, 3 goals. You think that might be asking too much?
I think 33 seconds and 2 goals was asking a little too much, just based on how crazy these two defenses have been throughout this series. 3 goals, definitely going to be difficult. Transcendent looking to make it happen. Lob towards net, not going to lead to much. This one off the crossbar for the orange team. Follow-up shot off the crossbar as well. Zara and Cito going up for it, 50 to round. Cleared away by Moose, but that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful showing from both teams. They're taking it down towards the orange side. Almost snuck one in there. A little bit of a defensive stand, and in the end, it will be Revizion Esports taking the day.
Man, Revizion doing such a fantastic job in the end of that game to really clamp down and secure the victory. They did not want to let that one slip away, and they knew how dangerous Transcendent was, so credit to them. The temptation in that situation, now, is to just kind of turtle back and try to keep everyone in defense, but instead, what did they do in those final seconds? They took the hurt to Transcendent and kept that ball in their half, kept the pressure on them with shot after shot, making sure they couldn't mount any kind of comeback.
Yeah, that was just beautiful play by Revizion down the stretch. We talked about in game number 1 that Revizion, they came out firing, things kind of evened up, and then Revizion, we felt like their momentum carried them through to the victory in game 1. I feel like Revizion's momentum from game 3 carried them to that victory in game 4. I feel like Transcendent kind of took the foot off the gas a little bit there in game 3. They were like, we're up 2-0, we're getting to the end of the game, like, we're good here, And Revizion, they just took it to them down the stretch there, and they got that win, and they just kept that rolling in game 4 to seal it with a 3-0 victory. But it's a long season. And what do I know? I'm just a caster, I'm just trying to say what I think here. So great play from both teams. We've got some really fantastic teams competing in the Winter Invitational, and those two teams certainly no exception to that.